people who are, they're not, okay, why is this not working for me? And I've learned this for myself. Why is this not working for me? Well, because their intentions, their mindset, everything is not aligned correctly, and they're getting what they should get. Yeah. You know, when you're bringing in value, everything falls in place. You know, if I want a happy world, if I want this world to be great, like how can I make, you know, the person I see the most have a better day? And then that'll in turn give me a better day. And then everything falls from there. Money is just an exchange of value. You know, and then if you don't have enough money, you're not bringing enough value. And what's interesting is when you're finding your truest self, that I find is attracted to you. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I started creating this content of what's helping me because I realized I was making strides and leaps of progressing myself. And you know, the number one thing that has helped me is that breathing and the Wim Hof breathing and the meditation, all that. And I don't think it's a coincidence that those are my most popular videos. You know, and those are the people who are following me and watching me the most to understand this more about this breathing, because that's what's helped me the most, you know? And I've put that down. That's what I'm so passionate about, because I'm telling you, that has changed my life. You know, like that's what started everything. That's what started that inertia, that ball rolling. And when I'm putting that out there, there's 8 billion people in the world. Whatever that you're feeling, that you're doing, there's people who can resonate to that. There's people who can relate to that. It doesn't matter if it's fitness, if it's books, if it's whatever it is. There are a lot of people who think the way you think and feel the way you think. They just don't know maybe how to express it, you know? So once you dive into that deeply, you know, the more you understand it, the more you'll be able to express it. And the more you can understand and learn something, the more you can help, because you'll teach other people how to express it. I'm gonna live my best life of my absolute dreams and do everything that I want to accomplish in order to create something that's gonna help other people do the same thing. And I wanna bring everybody up around me, not just the ones around me, but a random person on the street, a random person if I'm going to Europe. You know, I wanna help as many people as possible. And that's my goal, and that's my motivation. And I think everything else finds its place. Yeah, social media has definitely been a huge part in everything I do. It's free. you know, it's changing marketing. It's changing of how we reach people. Absolutely. And it's like, especially the younger generations, what are they doing all day? They're sitting there on their phones, on their tablets, consuming content. You know, so you could either be, I tell this to my friends all the time, you could either be the one sitting on your phone consuming the content, or you could be out producing the content. And that's the difference in, you know, making your dreams happen and not. Once I started going into each session with each video session, each editing session, not just trying to get it done, but trying to do my absolute best of bringing as much value as I possibly can. And with each session, how can I improve on the next one? And then not getting down on myself like, oh no, this is bad. Because there's been times where I videoed a whole film, and then when it came down to editing, I'm thinking like, there's no way I can put this out. You know what I mean? This is awful, everything about it. And then I just say, okay, what's the best I can possibly do with this right now? You know, if this is game time, you know, if I'm up on the gate, what do I got? And this is what I got, and this is the best that I can do. And when I just kept doing that, checking in, day after day after day of just improving and getting better, and with my main focus on not getting it done and doing it because of what I want from it, but okay, how can I help? You know, what do I know? What have I done that I could somehow learn how to put this in a content format in order to help as many people as I possibly can? And then everything else will happen for me. You know, if I just keep putting my focus on helping other people and just helping as many people as I can, and then once I run out of things to help, guess what? That means I'm not progressing myself enough. Exactly. You know, and then so it's also another way that I have to keep progressing, I have to keep learning, I have to keep challenging myself, and then I want to video that whole process and create content through that whole process in order to not just to say, oh, look at how great I am and all these great things that I've done, but I want to do great so I can make the world great. You know, because this world is my home, it's your home. So the better that I could help the world, the better that I could help my community, that's the better my community is. That's the better my world is. in a year from now, in 2 years, I'm gonna be in a completely different place because one, I'm growing fast, you know? So I look at myself from 6 months ago and I'm thinking, that's a completely different person. Like I said before, I wanna help as many people as I possibly can. And when I sat down and reflected upon that and I thought about that, video and internet, it all, it all came back to the internet. And a year ago, I couldn't figure out how to turn my computer on and get my computer on the internet. Like, a computer was just daunting to me, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, I don't want anything to do with it, you know? Just let me live my life. Literally, when it was bad, I couldn't figure out how to get my email and I couldn't how to get my computer on the internet. Like, I just brought to a store, said, help me, you know what I mean? I didn't know what I was doing. But past that, like learning how to edit and learning how to video, YouTube. Like, you can learn anything on Google, you know, because I'm pretty sure that's the same owners, Google and YouTube. And you can learn absolute everything, which is not only, I mean, it's just an opportunity. You can learn anything that you want to learn and then have your own spin on it and then teach whatever you want to teach. Thinking that it was about me is what brought me to my lowest point. Because I'm a very extreme person. Everything I do is extreme, you know? So when I have consequences, I have bad consequences, you know? And so when it took that to take everything away to realize, like, okay, it's weird, because when I start doing things it started off with just my roommate and, you know, the people I care about and the closest people around me, just to make their day a little bit better, made my day better. You know, like how? Because then I have a happier roommate. Then I have happier friends, and energy is energy. When you have happy people around you, it's hard to be miserable. When I first turned pro, and when I turned pro when I was 16, 3 months later I tore my ACL. And I was out for like a year. My first race back, I re-tore it. Out for another year. My first race back, I broke my heel. So when I was like 17 to 20, I lost it all. But instead of doing what I did this time, I went to a lot of drugs, alcohol, partying, you know, just really the complete opposite, you know? And then when I had the opportunity, I finally got healed up to go back into BMX, it was all about myself and what I can accomplish and what I can do and everything about how great I can make myself. And then it's funny how the universe tells you, no, you know, like, you still got more to learn. And then it kept giving me all these signs with this breaking, but then I just ride through the breaking bone, you know, and then with this falling apart, and I just push through until it took when I lost everything, you know, physically, mentally, spiritually, and I'm broken down and I have nothing but pieces to build. I feel like it's been a prison sentence, you know, I say that, but a lot of people learn a lot in prison. You know what I mean? And to be able to sit me in one spot in my house, and, you know, and just to have my time, my body to heal. You know, it was meant to heal myself physically, but man, did I heal mentally, and man, did I heal spiritually. And now I spoke with the doctor last week, and they say I have about 6 weeks that we're gonna hope, 6 weeks until I'm back on the bike. And I can't wait. And like I said, I've been stuck on 4,000 steps. Now I'm getting out, I'm getting ready to start moving, and now I'm really about to see what I'm capable of accomplishing. You know, I've just been incubating for the past 8 months, essentially. It's just getting ready to blossom, and then watch out, because it's coming. I strongly believe that the more we breathe and the more oxygen that we take in, that not only the healthier we'll be physically, but the clearer that our minds will work. And just getting people to take in deep breaths and to breathe deeper, it's making the world a better place. You know, like, the more we're all breathing, the better this whole world is gonna be, because the clearer our whole perspective to realize, like, hey, it's not all about me. You know, it's not all about me. And then it's one thing leads to another, like everything. It's that momentum. So, yeah, if you do watch my stuff, comment on my stuff. Ask any questions you want, and I will be more than happy, like, to answer them in any way I can in order to help as much as I can. Because I commented on a YouTube channel, and then I seen that I don't even think they commented back, I think they liked it, right? But I seen that their name in my notifications, and I'm like, oh, they seen my name, like, that's sweet, you know? Like, and then once I realized the impact that had on me, and then during my meditating, you know, like, it's not that it comes to it, but when you can process that information through the breathing and through the meditating, then all of a sudden your best idea comes. Hey, your highest self starts to speak to you if you can just shut your brain up. You know what I mean? If you shut your brain up, then hey, Do you remember how you felt when he commented back to you? Imagine if you did that to the 20 people who just commented. Notice the way you feel. Be mindful of where your mind goes and be mindful of how things around make you feel, and then you can recreate those good feelings to give other people those good feelings. It's definitely a different thinking of, are you working the 9 to 5 or are you putting that in investments? And building a relationship is like building an investment. It's an asset that's gonna pay later on. And the more you put into that, it's not like it just goes away, you know? It just keeps building and building and building that trust, that relationship, that love, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Doing the same thing that you were doing last year, you're standing still, you know? And nothing in the universe, nothing in nature sits still. Everything is constantly moving, everything is constantly progressing and changing in some way. So if you're not changing, you're dying.